Hello there, welcome back to my channel. It is label making day, baby. And we're also gonna get ready for the month of August because it's gonna be a busy month. Teachers start back less than a week from today when I'm recording this. Students start back the following week. It's all gonna be fine, right? That's what I'm trying to convince myself. Although if you're seeing this vlog, that means I'm alive and breathing, which is a good thing.
Look alive.
Ow! But we've got a busy day ahead of us, so let's jump into it. It is Tuesday, July 30th, which means tomorrow is the last day of July. This month absolutely flew by. And every month this year, I've been doing a get ready for the next month with me vlog. So welcome to that vlog. But a majority of it is gonna be focused on label making because if you saw my last vlog, which was day 3 of classroom setup, first of all, if you missed day 1, 2, or 3, go back and watch them. They're on my Falling in Love with Teaching Again playlist. But I've done a majority of the setup. Now the things on my to-do list have to do with creating labels. And even though that's not a necessity, if you've met me, it is a necessity. Okay, labels are my best friend. Outside of that, I have a couple of updates for you, some things to share. We're gonna do a budget check-in, a goal check-in, a book check-in. I'm gonna really be exposing myself there because it has not been a good month productivity-wise for book reading. It's fine, right? That's the theme. I need to do some returns. I need to, I know what I need to start with. I need to do a book bag update. You're probably like, why are we in the kitchen if this is a book bag update? Stay tuned, we're getting to that. I shared about this book bag, which is my teacher bag for this school year, in my classroom haul video. And then I also talked through what I look for in a teacher bag in a vlog previous to that when I was doing some Amazon Prime shopping. Now that I have used it for a week, and when I say used it, obviously school has not started back yet, but I've been using it to carry stuff back and forth to my classroom. I've loaded this thing up with books. I've been carrying electronics, all of the things. I am so happy with this purchase. And so I wanted to highlight some of the features that I love. So if you are in the market for a new teacher bag and you're willing to do a book bag and not some of the more traditional teacher bags, I've got it for you. Okay, this is the bag that you need, no exaggeration. First of all, the zippers, I think I had mentioned that they have these, I don't know, security type locks where you can like hook them together to prevent someone from breaking in your bag. Listen, if someone wants to break into my bag and grade my papers for me, let them. But what I have started using these zippers for, since they have the little latch, is I will actually just hook my keys right onto it, and it's worked out fantastic. Super comfortable. Last night, I packed this thing full of books that I was bringing home that I no longer need in my classroom, and it still felt really comfortable on my shoulders. So I've been loving that. All of the zipper pockets, because every pocket has a zipper. I've shared before, I don't like open pockets because you lean over, all the stuff falls out. Back when I had a 31 bag, I was scarred way too many times. So I love all the little zipper pockets. I love these side zipper pockets. I've been putting like my teacher badge in there because I need to get a new lanyard. And it just has been so nice. So if you are in the market for a teacher bag, I will link this one. Again, the brand is Light Flight. So L-I-G-H-T and then F-L-I-G-H-T. Honestly, I might get myself a second one of these to use for travel because it is very lightweight. I mean, it's got stuff in it right now, but the book bag itself is lightweight, and I can understand why it's fantastic for travel. The reason we're in the kitchen is because I also purchased a lunchbox. It is not exciting, okay? Lower your expectations. Also, it is massive, as in, if I fully expand this, it's like half the size of the book bag, but I love me some food, and because I do meal prepping and I have to eat a lot because of my powerlifting training, I need a big lunchbox, okay? Don't judge me. I might get a smaller version for days when maybe I'm not training and I don't need to eat as much, but she is about as plain Jane as you come. It's just a black kind of, what's this material called? I don't know. It's like the water wicking material, which is the same material as the book bag. and I love that. Which, I joked about how Texas doesn't get a lot of rain. It rained like 3 times this past week as I was carrying stuff in and out of school, and this was fantastic. But this lunchbox has a top insulated section, and there is a bonus pocket with a zipper up top. Then you have the main compartment, which is the really big part. But again, if you're like me and you pack big lunches, it works out well. There is a strap. Now, I haven't used this yet because I've been coming home for lunch most days. There is a little side pocket. So, I don't know, some morning snackies or something on each side. And then there's another zipper pocket right up here in the front. So I'll link it for you again. It's not exciting, but if you need a larger lunchbox, I gotcha. Now, before we head upstairs to start making some labels, let me give you a closet update. This is where I was storing a majority of my classroom materials. You may remember the videos where I went through and sorted it. It was a hot mess. I also had, 3 or 4 tubs of books in the garage. But now we have a real closet. So this is just our vacuum, and then that is the steam mop that I got on Amazon Prime Day. Loving it, by the way. Back here, I have 2 tubs of transformation materials, one for my boot camp and one for football. I think there's also some math bakery stuff mixed in there. I, at some point, am going to move these into my classroom, but that point is just not right now. It's not a priority. These are some old DVDs and things that I used mostly when I taught 2nd grade. It's a lot of like stories and things like that. I think that's just an empty box, as well as the one to the left-hand side. Those are empty bins which can get repurposed in the garage. So I feel really good about this space. And then up top, we just have some random things like accessories for the vacuum, batteries, a ukulele, a solar-powered little lantern light that we take outside when we eat dinner out there. I actually love that thing. And then a Bluetooth speaker. So nothing too exciting, but it is exciting to have a closet back again. Okay, I'm getting on my walking pad. So you know the drill. If it bothers you, just look away and listen instead. Although most of what you're gonna see is gonna be a screen recording because we're gonna make some labels. I do have a couple of things to share first. I have my entire iMac now on my standing desk. I moved it over here. It used to be behind me about 2 weeks ago because I was doing some video editing and it has just stayed here. And a lot of times I also have my laptop because I need all of the screens, apparently. I feel like I'm back in the pandemic. So before we jump into label making, I did want to share, Canva has this Teachers Essentials training. I just completed it this morning. It says it takes 60 minutes. Y'all, I had it done in like 30. It's super easy and quick. Now, is it a meaningful certification? Probably not, but you do get a little certificate, like here's my credentials, woohoo. And it's quick and easy. And if you are new to Canva, it's got some great information, or if you're wanting to use it with your students, it's a free course. Again, you can knock it out in 30 minutes. So I will link that for you down below. Let's take a look at the classroom budget. Actually, I feel like I've been doing pretty well. So this is a free template. I will link it for you. I have a video where I show you how to set it up. I'm not gonna go through that now, but if you're curious, go watch that video before you start using it because there's some features in it that you don't wanna mess up. But as of right now, I'm doing well. Let's take a look at what I have purchased. So the teacher bag and then clothes. Now, if you go here to clothes, you'll notice I've just been using the formulas to add up the things that I've purchased. So this was 2 shirts, a dress, and 2 pairs of jeans, which I feel like all that for $130 is pretty reasonable. I have purchased those bookshelves that I got from Facebook Marketplace. I'm wanting to get one of those cube units.
I hope you've been paying your wig storage bills, Jimbo.
You know what I'm talking about. Either the Calyx unit from IKEA, Target also has ones. I'm checking Facebook Marketplace like every time I have a few spare minutes, I'm like scrolling. I've also gone to a few Goodwills. I'm hoping to get one of the 2x4 size ones for like under $50 ideally. But for now, I'm just keeping an eye out for that. Organization, I need some of these scrapbooking bins for my indoor recess games because I gave all of those away. I'm hoping to not spend more than $50 on those. The black felt was just over $20, and then the under cabinet lights, those were a splurge. Those were a little bit pricier, but I do love them, so it's fine. And I'm still under the budget for this category, even though I was over on those individual items, because I haven't bought a lot of other decor, which is good. I have, however, been buying a lot of books at Goodwill. I've just been enjoying going and browsing. I'm gonna have to cut myself off at the $50. And then indoor recess games thus far, again, I used the formula to kind of total them up. I spent $8. I'm gonna need to get some more. I am just looking every time I go into Goodwill. But other things I have purchased have all been with Amazon gift cards. So I actually added a section at the bottom of the budgeting template to keep track of what I was spending through my Amazon gift cards. And you might be like, Michelle, how do you have $1,000 of Amazon gift cards? Fetch, okay? I've been mentioning it in my videos, y'all. I'm serious, I love this app. I just hoarded a bunch of points, which I've gotten mostly from referrals. Every time I buy something, I scan the receipt, I get points from that. You can play games and get points, but it's completely free and it's as easy as scanning your receipt, getting points, and then you redeem them for gift cards. So I've been redeeming all of my points for Amazon gift cards to put toward my classroom. And thankfully, I still have a fair amount left. And again, I'm gonna use whatever I have left to be able to fulfill some items from other teachers' wish lists. So if you join Fetch, and then those referral points can then help support other teachers through the gift cards, which I'm excited about. So that's a budget check-in. Let's jump into labels now. First of all, I wanna highlight on my TPT store, if you scroll down and then you search labels, all of the labels I'm gonna mention will pop up, like the assorted bright labels, the mini Sterilite drawer labels, teacher toolbox, the regular Sterilite drawer labels, and the library labels. They're literally all there in a line. So one of the first things I did was download them. Most of them are PowerPoint files. So in my Google Drive, I came up here to my settings, and I checked the box that says convert uploads to Google Docs editor format, so that when I uploaded the PowerPoints, it automatically converted them to Google Slides. So I now have all of the Google Slides for my label templates. Let's start here with the Sterilite drawer labels. I mentioned in my classroom setup vlog that I had a different plan this year. I have previously used the colored labels, but if you've ever printed colors, you know that sometimes the colors don't print out the same way they appear on a computer screen. It's a long story as to why that is, but I decided this year I'm gonna go all black and white, but I'm gonna print it on the colored Astro Brights cardstock. That's the plan, at least. So what I did is I took this final slide, the black and white one, I went ahead and just duplicated it so I still had the original slide. I selected each text box, so if you click and then hold down Shift on your keyboard and click each one, you have them all selected now. I changed the font, so because it went from PowerPoint to Google Slides, it went to a default font. I am using this year Oswald semi-bold as my main font. I then went to format, text, capitalization, uppercase, because y'all know I love my uppercase. And then for these, I think I went with size 85? Yes, 85. Then I'm gonna reselect them. So again, holding down Shift, I just use the arrows on my keyboard to hit down in order to move it so that they're centered. And then now I have my label template that I will utilize. So I don't need that slide anymore. But I did that also on the mini labels for the mini Sterilite drawers and my teacher toolbox label. So I took the large drawer and the small drawer. The size for the large one, I went with 44, and then for the small one, 20. Then for the assorted bright labels, I just took and duplicated all of the black and white ones because these labels, y'all, there's so many because I incorporate so many sizes and colors and whatnot. So I took just all of the black ones. I couldn't remember what sizes I needed for the Sterilite latch bins, but go me, within this product on TPT, I was like, I bet someone has asked me before and I've answered it. So I went to my Q&A section, and sure enough, I had listed out what sizes I needed for the mini, small, and medium Sterilite latch bin. So 1.5 by 3, 1.5 by 4, 3.5 by 4. So I went ahead and got those set up. I still need to adjust the fonts on these, but have those labels all there. These ones, the 2x4, are for the rainbow drawers in my classroom. Now, in terms of planning out the labels, y'all, I'm sorry, this is so much. You're gonna click off of the video. I took just a Google Doc and started creating a list. In reality, I just put the headings. I haven't added much to the list, but I have a list of like, all right, Sterilite drawers, these are the labels that I need. The mini size, the toolbox labels in the large size, as well as the small drawers, the Sterilite latch bin. So I went through the pictures that I took in my classroom because I showed you in the last vlog, I will just take pictures of random things. So like my cabinets with all of the drawers, I will take that picture and then I counted how many of each bin I had so that I can come up with the labels. Since I'm just kind of reformulating, I know they already had labels on them, but I feel like I'm organized things a little bit differently. So I have the numbers all there. I need to do the math on the large and deep bins, rainbow drawers, and then library bin labels. Can y'all tell I'm stressed? Okay, if not, I'm a little stressed.
Are you sure it's stress? Because I did poison you.
So I'm gonna create new labels because I did a little reorganizing after the setup vlog with my library bins and the labels. Stay tuned for the classroom tour because that's coming next. All that to be said, I'm gonna start banging out these labels and then, actually I'm gonna take Ember out, then start banging out these labels and then we'll touch base again. Now, because I mentioned that I'm going to be printing these on colored papers, not all of them. Some of them are gonna be printed just black and white. But for the ones that are gonna be printed on colored papers, I need to think through which labels to group together. So for example, if I want Monday to be pink and grade to be pink, I need to print those on the same sheet. But I don't want to be wasteful because, for example, with these teacher toolbox labels, I only have one large pink label and I don't want to use an entire sheet of cardstock for that one label. So let me show you a little label hack and what I'm doing to remedy this. It's a little janky, okay, but go with me. So you will notice that this is my pink page. I have 2 of these Sterilite drawer labels, a large teacher toolbox label, and then 3 small teacher toolbox labels. All I did was crop and then copy and paste. So let me show you what I mean using this one. This is gonna be my purple. So I have 2 purple Sterilite drawer labels, future, and then general extras. I'm not gonna have a 3rd label, so I'm gonna delete this text box. And then this image in the background, I'm gonna select it, and then I'm just going to crop it. So I'm gonna bring it. I want that last little line so I know where to cut. Perfect. Now I could come over to my teacher toolbox labels, and if I scroll down, I have 1 large one for tape, which is this, and then I have 2 smaller ones, magnets and bandages. So I can take these same images and crop them the same way that I already showed you, but because I have already done that with some of these, I can actually come here. I'm gonna click and drag with my mouse to select all of these text boxes and images. I'm going to copy them. I'm gonna come to this slide, paste them, and then now I can just change the text. So for example, instead of glue sticks, I'm gonna have tape. And then instead of brads, I need magnets. And then what was the other one? Bandages, which I don't need a 2-line text box. So let me just show you. If I type in bandages, it's now off because I had to move it in order to get the 2 lines. So what I'm gonna do is come to like this one, where I have a single line text box. I'm gonna copy it. I'm going to delete this, paste it, and then I'm gonna change this to bandages. And then technically I can crop this one as well. So if I go to crop, and I can adjust it over just so I don't waste any ink. Obviously this is more time consuming, but it does save paper. So it just depends on what's more important to you. And then this was the behind the scenes that y'all were missing while I was printing all of those. Ember just going to town. But just to show you, these are the print settings that I use. I would print 1 page at a time, so whatever the current page was, and then I would choose actual size. Yes, in theory, I could have loaded all of the paper in the order that I wanted it, but sometimes this printer wants to like accidentally suck up multiple sheets and then they get all messed up. So just to be careful, I did one at a time. I know I'm gonna get questions about the printer. I have an HP 8710. They don't make it anymore, but I have a very similar comparable model in my Amazon storefront if you are interested. And I have been using HP Instant Ink for 10 years now. It's a program where I pay per print, not for the amount of ink. So I have the biggest plan where I get like 700 pages per month. It doesn't matter if I'm printing full color or full black and white, it all counts as the same. And then whatever prints you don't use roll over. So I will link the information for that down below. They ship the ink right to you before you run out. Like I said, fantastic program, but it is only for HP printers, so you would want to make sure you have an HP printer. Since I created this list in a Google Doc with clickable checkboxes, we are checking them off as we go. We're gonna skip over the ones that are not done yet. But I want to jump down to my library labels. Now, my library labels product is designed in a way where you have bin labels and then you have book labels. So the bin labels obviously go on the bin where you are storing the books, and you'll notice they have a symbol on them. That same symbol gets attached to the book so that when students are returning the books, they're just matching the images. Now, these are editable, so it includes over 500 different images. You have to select an image that makes sense for the label you're creating. So I've gone through and kind of come up with my categories. For example, I have a lot of Beverly Cleary books, and I chose a bike because of Mouse on a Motorcycle. I guess maybe I could do motorcycle, whatever. We're gonna come back to that. But obviously these are organized alphabetically, and it does come with a guide that you can use. So let's see, is there a motorcycle? We're gonna scroll down to M. Okay, we've got magazine, man, motorcycle. Okay, so it tells me that that is on page 29. So then I can come to page 29 of the labels and I will find that motorcycle right there. So I can then edit this text to say Beverly Cleary. But I'm gonna show you a little hack that I think is faster. Let's say instead of a motorcycle, I wanted to do a bike. I'm gonna do Command F or Control F if you're using a PC, and I'm just gonna type in bike. And when I hit enter, it will take me directly to the page with that symbol, because what I have done is down here in the speaker's notes, I have all of the labels listed, so it will use that search and find in order to reveal it. So as you come up with your different symbols that you're gonna use to represent your books, you can use that search and find. But I'm gonna edit these the exact same way that I edited the Sterilite ones, where this is actually already Oswald, but I think I'm gonna change it to Oswald semi-bold. And once I have one of these done, I can then use the paint format. So let's say I'm gonna also use this baseball one. If I have this one selected, once I have it formatted the way I want, click the paint format, and then I can click on that text box and it will attach it. Now I'm gonna do this again. So if I have the whole text box, hit the paint, and then I can click the entire thing, you get the point. But just like I did with the other labels, if I don't need all of these on the same sheet, I can go in and delete the individual ones I don't need. So these are actually individual images. So if I click and then click backspace on my keyboard, it will delete the whole thing. So instead of cropping it, I can just highlight and then delete the ones that I'm not gonna use. And then of course I can copy and paste these onto different pages in order to save space, and I can also move them around. So like I can move this one up here, and I can use those red lines to keep them nice and aligned. Now I'm not gonna show you all of the printing and laminating and cutting because that's the insanely boring part. And also I wanna binge some Netflix shows while I do it. But if you are interested in any of those labels, they will be linked for you down below, and then you will get to see the finished product in the full classroom tour, so stay tuned. Let's go ahead and do a goal check-in and book update, which won't take long because July was a hectic month, and I know I need to give myself grace. It's just hard because I don't like not getting things done or not following through with things that I committed to. Like personally, It's just hard, but also I know that with this transition, I have to let go of things and I need to be okay with not getting everything done. It's just really hard for me to embrace that, but I am trying, and I appreciate all the encouragement I get from y'all in the comments because you make me feel much better about myself, because in my head, I'm like, oh, Michelle, you should have done better. But at the same time, I know that I am doing the best that I can, and that's all that I can do. So I'm gonna pop up my July planning page that I shared at the end of the last month as I was getting ready for July. And just bear with me here, okay? Let's start with my goals. Complete a language lesson every day. Now, I still have to do tomorrow, but currently I have a 30-day streak on Babbel. I have completed at least 2 activities every single day of the month, so I am proud of myself for that. That was my main July goal, because every month this year I've been setting a different goal, and July was to complete a language learning lesson every single day, and I have accomplished that. So patting myself on the back, trying to give myself credit where credit is due, because the next goal, read 4 books. No. I read 2, which is better than 0, but it's also a 50%. The only 2 books I read this month were Great at Work. It was okay, wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but the other one was Better Than Carrots or Sticks. I did enjoy this one. It was a quick read. If you haven't read it, I'd recommend it. I'll link it for you. In terms of moving forward, I still have a goal of reading 52 books in a year for 2024. So currently, how many am I at? Okay, I'm at 32, so I need to read 20 more books by the end of the year, which I think is doable. I'm gonna have to strategically pick some books that are shorter though. I did, however, come across this book at one of the Goodwills that I went to, Happier at Home, and this is by Gretchen Rubin, who was the author of The Happiness Project, which I loved. The issue is, even though I'm really excited to read this one, it's a lengthier book. So I'm not sure when that will get read, but it's definitely on the list. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to find, some shorter books to move forward with my goal. Is that cheating? Probably, but it's also a smart strategy. And then goal number 3 was to batch 4 months of products. I did not get to any products. I didn't make any digital escape room templates or digital mystery puzzle templates, and that's what I feel really bad about. But at the same time, I need to just be okay with it because it was a busy month. However, my priorities, enjoy summer with Billy, I feel like I did that. We had a wonderful trip for his 30th birthday, which a lot of planning and preparation. I started preparing for that back in January, and I've been saving up for months for that trip. So yes, it was expensive, but at the same time, it was so worth it. We created so many wonderful memories. And then we've also just been doing fun little things on the weekend. So I feel like that priority came to fruition. Complete 30 hours of tag training, check, I got that done. And then proactively prep work tasks. I do feel like I've been doing that. I feel like a hamster running on a wheel, not making much progress, but I have done that. So even though I didn't get to everything, I also knew that that was overly ambitious. And with the classroom setup and the tag training and the PDs I've had to go to, and just trying to figure out life, I need to be okay with the month and just do the best that I can, continue to do that moving forward. So speaking of which, August, here's what I'm thinking as my goal. I want it to be something that I can definitely achieve, but I also need it to be flexible. So my August goal is going to be to complete 3 power list items every single day. Those can be a mixture of school tasks, personal tasks. If you're like, Michelle, what's a power list? I've shared this before. It's just a list of 3 must-dos for that day. So typically I have a week to-do list, things to do this week, and I'll put somewhere between 21 and 30 things on that list. And then each day I'll pick out 3 to 5 tasks to get done. I organize them all with Google Tasks. I've shown this in a vlog before, so I'll link that for you. But for the month of August, I'm gonna try to make sure every single day I'm checking off at least 3 things from the list. That way I will hopefully feel like I'm, making progress and not running on the wheel like a hamster. And speaking of letting things go and not getting to everything, how appropriate is our current letterboard message? The house was clean yesterday, bummer you missed it. In reality, I should replace yesterday with a month ago. But Also, shout out to my mom who handmade this beautiful card for Billy's birthday. So nice. I got a package from Tieks. I'm so excited to actually open it. I started to open it and I was like, no, I need to share this with everyone because this is a very exciting moment for me. Less exciting, I need to do some returns. So this is the baggie organizer that I mentioned in my last classroom setup vlog that I am returning because I found a cheaper one and a little bit smaller one. And then this random hat that I got on Amazon. Y'all, I tightened this thing as much as it would go and it still was massive on my head. So either my brain has shrunk or it was not designed for me.
Little hat.
Oh, that's cute.
And then these are some extra cups. So these are like, I don't know, I just searched plastic cups with dome lids with a hole in them. There's probably a better name. They're like the coffee cups, like the Frappuccino cups. These are what I use to prepare my students' birthday gifts. So you've got to get the ones with the hole in the top of the dome lid because I will put a pencil in to look like the straw. And shout out to Pam who gifted me a pack of birthday pencils for my Amazon wish list for these, yay. And typically I fill the cup with candy and then I put a little tag on it that says happy birthday and I put white tissue paper in it to look like whipped cream. And that is my student's birthday gift. I need to take these into my classroom. I also need to get more of them because that is not gonna be enough, but that will be something I show in a future vlog. Let's open the Tieks because that's more exciting. Okay, so Tieks are ballet flats, they're shoes. Now, y'all, they're pricey, okay? I'm just gonna be 100% upfront and honest, they are pricey. I first found out about Tieks probably 8 years ago, and I've never been able to afford a pair. I still can't really afford a pair. These were gifted to me. Thank you very much, Tieks, for sending them to me. The reason I am sharing them is because they are gonna be doing a giveaway for teachers specifically. That's one thing I love about the brand is that they are very, very supportive of teachers. Tieks are very popular within the teaching community because they're comfortable to wear all day. And because they're doing this giveaway, I wanted to let y'all know so you can go enter the giveaway so that hopefully you can win a pair because again, this is something I've never been able to afford for myself. And I am very, very grateful that after 8 years of following the brand and seeing these shoes, I have a pair. It's really, really cool. So they sent me this card and how stinking cute. They drew my logo. That's the other thing I love, like brands that really put in the details. And it says, we hope you love your matte black Tieks. Y'all know I had to get matte black and can't wait to see the blueprints because the soles of them are blue. You leave in your classroom, school, community, and beyond. The Tieks team. So sweet. I haven't opened it yet. Oh, this is such a like full circle moment. I remember seeing these as like a first year teacher. All of the teachers on social media had them and I wanted them so bad, but I could never afford them. So they have this little flower on top, which is so cute. And then, oh my goodness, they're gorgeous. Okay, so we've got a baggie. I love that I'm opening the baggie first. What is in here? Ooh, are these like covers for them? Yeah, I think so. Okay, awesome. But more importantly, here are the shoes. So as you can see, they have that like blue sole and I went with matte black because y'all know it's my favorite color. So again, they're just like a ballet flat, but they're supposed to be very comfortable. Now I'm gonna have to break them in before wearing them for a full day of teaching. Also, I love that they fold up, so they'd be really convenient for like travel, but yay, I'm so excited to try these. So I will put all of the giveaway details down in the description box. I don't have the details yet at the time of recording this. I just know that they are going to be doing a giveaway. I'm also gonna be sharing it on Instagram, so make sure that you are following along there. But wait, there's more. As I mentioned, I wanna be able to give back to y'all because I just feel so incredibly fortunate and grateful and lucky to have so much support with this transition back into the classroom. I feel lucky in so many ways. I was talking to one of my team teachers yesterday at school and just telling her how lucky I feel to be hired at the school that I'm at because it just seems almost too good to be true, just the school community and I feel very lucky to be a teacher there. I feel lucky to have all of your support with watching my videos, commenting, the support I've gotten from my Amazon wish list. And I know that not every teacher gets that. They're deserving of it, but they don't get it. And again, I'm only one person. I wish I could do more to help, but I want to do as much as I can. So here's my thought. I'm going to put the link to a Google form down in the description box. If you are a teacher and you have an Amazon wish list, fill out that form, leave the link to your Amazon wish list. I'm gonna go on and try to do some random, item fulfillments, and then also try to share it out to my community so that hopefully others can contribute as well. Because again, as much as I wish I was a millionaire and could go on and, make everyone's dreams come true, I'm not Oprah, I can't do that. But I wanna make sure that I'm giving back and helping as much as I can. So fill out the Google form. I can't guarantee that I'm gonna be able to get to everyone's, because once I open up things like this, and that's why I've always been cautious in the past, I will get flooded with hundreds and potentially thousands of them. And obviously that then becomes kind of undoable for me, but I will do the best that I can. That's the theme of this year, just do the best that I can. But all that being said, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't say it enough. I'm so fortunate and appreciative. And I know those are just words, but hopefully you understand that I genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and notification bell. My next video is gonna be a classroom tour. I can't wait to show y'all, it's coming together. As always, thank you for watching. I love you so much. Don't forget to put your positive pants on, and I will catch you in the next one.